Okay, how do you do business with a Cancerian? How do you deal with that Cancerian colleague? How do you deal with a Cancerian client? Now, this is if you really don't know how to deal with this person, if you have nothing in not any planet in Cancer, this video might be helpful for you, because I assume that you have checked already if that person that you're dealing with, that they have a Sun in Cancer or a Moon in Cancer or even a Venus, Mars, Mercury in Cancer. And this will be easy for you to deal with this person if you yourself have some Cancerian energy. It will be difficult for you to deal with this person if you've got nothing in Cancer, or maybe if you have a personality that is very contradictory to the Cancerian personality. Okay, but as I say in every video, we're doing this to keep our own authenticity, but just getting our communication style a bit aligned with that other person. Because if you are the total opposite of the Cancerian energy and you want to communicate in a totally different way, they're not going to listen to you, you know. They are going to listen to you when you are aligned and having a bit of the same style. Now, whether you like that or not, it's just that way. It's about accepting how someone is. You can use, of course, always your own style, and but you will be a very lonely person. And I mean, and that's fine. You know, some people need to go through that in their life, but people who are very successful and stay authentic themselves is because they do this kind of thing, getting aligned with that other person. And then there's trust, and then there's a conversation. And then you can get more easily understanding each other. But you set the first step, of course. Now, it's always very easy, because it's the basic of that sign. If you're dealing with a Cancerian, it is very normal that if you're getting into the office or in a meeting with a Cancerian, that the first minute or maybe the first 30 seconds that you are gentle towards that person, and that you might, if you know that person, of course. If you don't know anything about their family, or you're not asking them, of course, considering the context, but if you do, you ask how their family is. Again, together with the Taurians, Cancerians will be, or people with a lot of Cancerian energy, they will have a picture, a photograph of their wife or husband or children. Certainly, because family is important for these people. Family and everything that has to do with being at ease, being comfortable. So what do you do when you approach such a person, and especially when you're not like that, when you're just like an Aries, for instance, and you just want to get to the matter and off you go? No, you take your time. You be gentle. If it's a client, you take a nice cup of coffee with maybe a cookie or whatever it is. They will love it. They will feel nurtured. They will feel understood. They will feel, this person, notwithstanding the fact, whatever it is that you're going to tell them, they will feel, this person understands me. You are creating a genuine energy of trust there, because you're just accepting who they are. You don't want to be like them, but you just accept them. And that is by making sure they are at ease, whether it is a cup of coffee and all of that. That is important for them. You know, that's not important for a Capricorn or for an Aries person, unless they are very thirsty or whatever. But you do that for that Cancerian. You talk about those little things. You talk about family. You talk about what do you do this weekend. These are kind of things to come at ease. You do a bit of the small talk there. And then everything that has to do on an emotional level, you can deal with that with a Cancerian. So let's say you want to sell a project to a certain person, to a client, and that client has a lot of Cancerian energy. They will be interested on the impact it has on other people, because they're Cancerians. They're interested in people. They're interested in protecting people. So use that in whatever it is that you want to explain there. Again, with people like a Cancerian kind of boss, you also try to consider that part of them that is emotional, that is protective. You know, the downside of a Cancerian boss can be that he or she doesn't want to delegate because they are so protective. Try to understand that. Try to see that. Talk about that. Sometimes the downside of Cancerian bosses is that they want to keep you small, because they, you know, they have that maternal, not all Cancerian bosses, it's only the ones, you know, who struggle a bit with that. But if you make this, if you can explain this and understand it, where this person is coming from, you can gain their trust. You can say, you know, I understand that I'm 22 years old and you don't want to give this project to me because you think, you know, I'm going to fail or this or that. I understand that, and I'm grateful for your concern and your protection. But look, and you start with that, and then you go towards your goal and your plan. And whether they take it or not is up to them. But you've done, you know, the alignment, this is all about alignment and getting into alignment, to say the least, and having a good conversation, and an honest conversation. So Cancer is a lot about being comfortable. Don't rush into things with a Cancerian. Don't be overly aggressive or assertive. You can be assertive. Assertive is never negative, but be gentle, be friendly, be kind. I know these are basics, but this is how to deal with a Cancerian. Take into consideration other people in your story that you've got to tell there. If it's doing right for other people or not. These are all important for the Cancerian. So, having said that, watch the video, the general video, if you want to know more about all of this. But hopefully you've gained some insights here, and let me know what you think in the comments below and how you're dealing with that, you know, especially when this Cancerian energy is against your own energy, and how you deal with that. Give me some tips as well. You can share, and other people, we can all learn from each other. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.